In the middle of seabird nesting season, Haystack Rock can seem like a pretty busy place to live. 9 different species of seabird return here each year to raise their young. But if you look closer, you'll see that each species has their own special part of the rock to call home. Bald eagles visit Haystack Rock from their nearby nests and are sure to stand out in this crowd. They're over 3 feet tall, with a wingspan over 6 feet long. Adult bald eagles are easy to recognize by their bright white heads and tails and dark brown bodies. Juvenile bald eagles are a splotchy brown all over and don't develop a white head until they're almost 5 years old. Though they're often found perched on top of Haystack Rock, they make their nests in trees along the coastline and visit the rock in search of food. A favorite snack? The seabirds who come to Haystack Rock to nest. Crowded together nearby on the top and wide ledges of the rock, you may see dense groups of common murres. As their name implies, these birds visit Haystack Rock in huge numbers during breeding season. Look for their black backs and wings, white chests, and a very upright posture. At a glance, you may think they look like a penguin or a puffin, but look for that white belly. And remember, you won't find penguins in the northern hemisphere. Tufted puffins stand out with their bright orange bills and yellow tufts on their heads. They have a white face and a stocky black body. They dig burrows deep into the rock to lay their eggs and can be spotted standing guard over their nests. Look for them in grassy patches on the northeast side of Haystack Rock. They are most active in the mornings, heading out to fish and bringing back food for their young. A relative of the puffin, pigeon guillemots, also make their home here on the cliffs. Smaller birds with dark feathers and white patches on their wings, guillemots are best identified by their bright red feet. They nest in crevices on steep cliffs in small colonies. Listen for their high-pitched squeal as they plunge into the water. You may notice groups of long, dark birds clinging to the steepest cliffs, often holding their wings out to dry. Oregon is home to 3 species of cormorants, which can all be identified by their long necks and tails and their tall, dark bodies. Pelagic cormorants are most common at Haystack Rock, distinctive for the white patch of feathers on either side of their tails. During breeding season, they also develop a red patch on their necks and an iridescent sheen on their necks. Though their choice of home may seem risky, they build their nests on these steep cliffs to stay out of reach of predators. Look for those white poop streaks on Haystack Rock. Follow them to the top, and you'll probably find a cormorant nest. All around the rock, you'll see western gulls. They're more flexible and will nest wherever they find a suitable space. The juveniles tend to be mostly gray. The younger they are, the darker they are, while the recognizable adults tend to be brighter white and gray. While some leave for the winter, you'll probably always find a few around. Down at the base of the rock, you may spot black oyster catchers looking for food along the water's edge. These birds have dark brown feathers and a long, bright orange bill. They nest just above the high tide mark on protected sandy or gravelly beaches. Black oyster catchers are extremely territorial over their nesting and foraging area, so there is usually only 1 breeding pair at Haystack Rock each year. Despite their name, they're more brown than black, and they don't eat oysters. Usually they feed on mussels and other creatures in the tide pools. Listen for their distinctive call.